Hey guys, how you doing? So I am sitting here right now at Ibogawa Public Hall because there is a leather making workshop. I'm not going to be able to record because I don't have that much time and I didn't bring my tripod. Sorry guys. So here they had one in Tatsuno, which is where I live, but I couldn't make it to that one because I had a seminar to go to. So I'm going to this one. It starts at 1 and I have to do it real quick and then rush really quick to go teach. So this leather working shop right now, what they're going to make is where you can make, leather purses or little pouches for coins. The shop what I'm going to make, because I couldn't make it to the last one, is I'm going to make a zodiac animal. So I will be making a dragon, which is for me, and then the rat zodiac, which is for my daughter. And that should be interesting and fun. The price, I believe, ranges from senhaku senbyaku, well, byaku, yeah, senbyaku yen, I think, to hachyaku yen. My mind is totally just scatterbrained right now because if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that so I had to go for several test results last week and the week before. The week before and the week before that. Okay, the week before that, several weeks ago, the first test was a test that they had to do of my cervix. Sorry, warning, this is feminine talk here, okay? Feminine talk here in Japan. So yeah, I had to do a test results because, as for female problems, SATI, and if you don't know what SATI is, it's the Women Monthly thing, okay? For all you men, SATI is Women Monthly thing. Females will know. Anyway, so they did a test of the cervix, and that came back negative. I was like, yes, thank you. But they had to do a second test, which they did last week, of the the uterus. So I got those results back, and I started to bawl because they needed my employer, who speaks somewhat English, but she's not excellent at speaking it. But she's pretty good. She's pretty good. Okay, that works for my company, and so I was really worried when they needed to have her and stuff, because the doctor needed to explain things in Japanese. And my Japanese listening is getting better, but it's still not, that good. So, how do I say this? This video is probably going to be pretty long. I'm sorry, guys. So they did the test results, and I got the results, and like I said, I was flipping out. I mean, I'm gonna adjust this. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna try to adjust this. Okay, so I was totally flipping out. If you cannot tell, my nose is red, my eyes are puffy, because I've just been crying, because the simple fact is I am only 43 years old, and I don't know family history, but I do have a daughter. She is Niju Sansai, and she's 23 years old, and I'm only 43, and Yonju Sansai. And anyway, so, and I've not been married, and I really want to get married, and I want to be happy, and so here in Japan, I'm worried because what if, they're like, okay, well, so I'll back up a little bit. So here is what the results, this is the results. If you cannot read Japanese, I am sorry, But the results, it says class 3. There's a scale between 1 to 5 for cancer screening, and this is class 3. Class 3, what it basically says here is it says that the test results are inconclusive because they, it's either way, the cells are sporadic, so they couldn't really, determine yes or no, which for me, if, I'm like, God damn it, it's either yes or no, are they there or not? So it's pretty much saying, please, redo the results with more samples for a bigger sample for testing. So, but yeah, it goes class 1 to 5. Class 1 and 2, as far as what I believe I was told, if I heard correctly, that means negative. 4 and 5, that means positive. And all I could do is like, okay, I need to go visit a temple. I need to go visit several shrines. I need to pray big time because I want the results to be 1 or 2. This in between, so it's like, oh, it's 50-50, it can be one way or the other, benign or not. And I'm just like, geez Louise. But I want to have another child. And especially if I find somebody here in Japan, and if he wants a child of his own, if he's single, has never been married and stuff, I would feel really, really terrible because that does weigh on some men's mind. Some men want to have a child to carry on their blood genes and stuff. And the thing is I have been talking to several people, but I'm worried that they will not talk to me anymore if the chance shows that, that it's positive and I would have to have surgery, and that scares the bloomin' life out of me. Yeah. And I'm trying not to cry, but it's not working. So, I'll get my trusty tissues and try to wipe away some of the tears here. And I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to keep my composure here as good as I can, and it's getting very difficult. So, this is the update. The test that they did, the first time, it wasn't bad. It was not very bad. The second time, though, oh my God, it hurt so bad. I guess he was just making sure he got a good sample for them. But yeah, so the results could go 50-50. And, I'm really worried. It worries me a lot because, honestly, yeah, support system would be really good right now. Sorry guys. So I told my daughter, and I raised my daughter by myself, and I love her so, so very much. And she's always like, Mom, it's not the end of the world. She goes, you can't control what happens, but if you, because I told her, she knows I want to have another kid. She knows I want to get married. She knows that, I'm attracted to Japanese men. That's just me. And she knows that, I'm really worried that if the results go the other way, that I'm worried about, that, I will be, how do I say, unwanted. And a lot of people are like, oh, shinpai shinai. And I was like, yeah. It's hard to not be worried. And yes, that puts more stress on me. And some people are like, oh, well, do something big. Keep positive and keep your mind off of it. And I'm trying to stay as positive as possible. Keeping my mind off of it, though, that's kind of hard. People are like, well, throw yourself into your work. My work right now is stressful. There's things going on at work, and it's kind of stressful for me. And one thing that I rely on to help de-stress is being able to, on my days off, which are Sunday and Monday, which is go walking, de-stress, veg out. If I'm able to, go hang out with people, just doing something else. So those 2 days that I have that are my days off, I really need those. Working more would make me stress more, because so, and then when it comes to my body, it's hard not to focus on it. I do have classes, so hopefully I can, I got classes today which start at 3:30. Hopefully I can de-stress by then. Or at least get my composure because especially one of my students, which I adore him so much, his name is Haruto, and he's an adorable little kid, and I have the lesson with him today, and then I have a lesson with 4 other students, and then I have 3 students that I have lessons with tonight for Lepton. I think Lepton is really good, but because the kids on Lepton listen to a CD and they follow along in the book and they repeat, and then they have their work checked and the teacher checks it, that can get kind of monotonous. And as a teacher, or the way I am, I like to interact with them, give them a little break. They'll do so many pages, and I'll try to take their mind off of it a little bit, play around, something to just, to where it's not mundane. For me, this is my channel, and I can say honestly whatever I want. And so honestly, for me, being an Eikaiwa teacher is okay, but truly I would be happier to be an ALT for like junior high or high school students. And it's not because they're older or anything, it's just because it's more structured, and the school has curriculums and everything put in place. And if I have ideas, for like games or something like that, then that, I can use that creativity. But for me to try to come up with 100% lessons, sorry, I'm seeing dust in my car and it's driving me up the wall. But for me to have to prepare 100% lessons and stuff on my own, for me, my brain, I start to stress out, because I'm also trying to learn Japanese, and it's not coming along very well. Because even though they're saying, well, you have to try to speak it every day. Well, for me, if I can't come up with the words, then how am I going to speak it? I don't have a Japanese English dictionary, and I'd like to buy one to where, I can look up words, and then just, if I write down sentences, and then maybe be able to repeat it. But I need to have a voice recorder too, because that would work too, to be able to record my voice, saying the words and everything, and repeating it after, or taking it and putting it on my MP3 player or something like that, and listening to it in repetitive. Because I found out with the Pimsleur, when I had a little bit of that on my Walkman before it totally crashed and I lost all the information along with my computer. So with that, and I would listen to Pimsleur, and, it would say, "Iyo tenki desu ne." It's nice weather, isn't it? It's nice weather, isn't it? It's a nice day, isn't it? Iyo tenki desu ne. And having to say that several times, and I would listen to, the first chapter, the first section, for a week, and I would actually do that while I was going walking. And I can walk and just walk around town when it's a nice day for like hours and be in my own little world. And so listening to that repetitive was doing really good. And then my MP3 player and stuff all crashed, and so I lost all that information, and so I couldn't continue on to chapter 2, and so that kind of sucks. But I believe that's the way I learn. I do learn by hands-on things like cooking and stuff like that. Hands-on is very good for me. But I think for me to learn Japanese, it's having to be in my ear, to listen to it, to repeat the words, have the English, then repeat it in Japanese, and repeat it in Japanese, and repeat it in Japanese. And then, move on to the next section once I know I've got it down, and then do the same thing all over again. And then go back. What I would do is then I would go back and, do it again. And so, yeah, it's really, really difficult. But my goal, I want to be able to speak Japanese. I want to be able to have a conversation with people in Japanese. I want to be able to, express myself as good as I can in Japanese, even though for English it'd be a little bit easier. So I'm going back and forth on things. I'm trying to also take my mind off of the test and stuff. I've also been told that, they say best way to learn Japanese or another language is to get a native speaker as a boyfriend, or if you're a girl, or if you're a boy, native speaker as a girlfriend, because then they're constantly speaking that language to you, and you basically kind of have to just figure it out. Now, I have been told that, well, maybe I should get a boyfriend that speaks, a little bit of English, and, to where they can somewhat understand me and help me. I don't want to, for me, it seems like basing a relationship off of that is terrible. I know that, language barriers can be a strain on relationships, but my best friend who lives in Nagata, she has been married for 16, 17 years now. And her family's beautiful. Her husband's great. They have their, little mishaps and things that will, go awry, misunderstandings every so often. But they work through it. And, when she met him, she didn't have a Japanese translator, and she didn't have the, apps that we have that still aren't very good. You should not rely on those apps because they can, make things sound more formal instead of natural. And I am going for a more natural speaking, but reading Japanese, I'm getting a little bit better at reading. Hiragana and katakana is getting a little bit better, but it's still far from acceptable for me. Kanji, for me, oh my god, kanji. I know sentences would be extremely long if you just used hiragana and katakana, and kanji simplifies things a little bit more. But for me to look at a kanji and try to figure that out, it's so difficult for me. My brain's just like, just give me some hiragana and katakana, please. But, it's not deterring me, but those are my main goals. People have asked me, what do you want? That's one thing you should ask yourself. When you go to any country, it doesn't matter, Japan, Italy, Germany, Australia, United States, Africa, France, Belgium, Russia, I don't know, you name it, Korea, China, any other country, if it's not your native country, it's not going to be easy, but you should ask yourself, what are your main goals in that country? What do you want? And I will have to say, and I've been honest, my main thing, I want to be married. And I know I don't look beautiful, and I'm losing weight. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully this isn't cancer, and that's not the reason why I'm losing weight, because that would really suck. But I'm also eating healthier, and I do exercise, so, but I don't exercise enough, so the skin is not being tight. I know I need some kind of collagen or skin tightening cream. But okay, so back to my main goals. The reason why I love Japan so much is because, one, I love the food, I love the people, I love the culture, I love the ideals. There are some things that I'm just like, I don't agree with, like being able... Japanese people, one thing you need to know, they're very straightforward when it comes to weight or looks and stuff. They can be very straightforward on that. Like, oh, have you lost weight? Oh, have you gained weight? Shape up or something like that. That is very, very, very common here. But to be more straightforward about your feelings or your intentions or something, that's more, you have to read the air around you and facial expressions and stuff, and that can be difficult for some people. I also know that, for me anyway, trying to understand whether or not how things are with people around me, I'm still learning. But one goal for me was, I want to learn the Japanese language. Another goal, I want to stay in Japan forever. I don't want to leave Japan at all. I would give up my citizenship in the United States for a Japanese citizenship in a heartbeat, because that's how much I love this country. Also, as I said before, I want to find love here. I want to get married. And hopefully, like I said, my test results will come back negative. I'm okay across the board. It's just a hormone imbalance. And that I'll be able to have a kid. Because, the Japanese schools, the kids are so cute and so adorable with their little rucksacks and, going to school with their caps and, it's just, everything's just so adorable. But that's just me, and to be able to make, cute bentos and stuff, that's one thing I would like to do too. Now, on that subject, I know things are changing here in Japan, whether it be, the careers and stuff like that between men and women. Somebody asked me, well, what would you want? And I was like, well, it's up in the air. It depends on what my husband would want. Does he want me to work part-time and, work part-time and then also, be a housewife or shifu? Either one. Shufu, I can't remember how to say it. Anyway, it's one of those two. But to be a total housewife, I could do that too. Take care of the house, cook, clean, laundry, all that stuff. I can do that. I seriously can do that. If the lighting's going in and out, I'm very sorry, because it's kind of cloudy. It's partly cloudy, so the clouds are going in and out. So the sun, clouds are going in and out. Oh, God. The sun is being hidden or showing, so yeah. But that's what I want. I want to get married. I want to have a family to take care of. I want to create lots of memories, and I just, that's my main goal. And it may sound stupid and ridiculous, but that's what I've always wanted. So yeah, that's basically what's going on here with me. Like I said, I'm sorry for the lighting, goes in and out, in and out. But if you have any other questions, you know, send me, you know, in the comments below, you know, put them down there if you have any questions about Japan medical or something like that, because yeah, this has been quite a ride here. But let me know if there's any other questions. I'm going to do a video sometime soon. I found out some information, which is really cool if you guys are interested. Japan and football. American football, not soccer. You know, when you say football, sometimes they think, okay, soccer. No. American football here in Japan. Go figure, right? It's not real popular, but it's getting there. There's a lot of people that do like it, but it's not as much as soccer. Also, thinking about doing a video a little bit later. Gonna do a quick little PR video for a company, and I will explain that later when I do that, after all the details get hashed out. So yeah, anyway, this has been really long. It's getting close to time, I believe. I don't know what time it is because I don't have a watch and I'm on my phone. So, but I know it's getting close to time. Cherry blossom season is pretty much just about in full bloom. I believe that starts next week in certain parts of Japan. Here, that's going to be probably around between, I'm going to say the 22nd to 26th around here. I know on the 31st here, there's going to be the Samurai Festival again, which is going to be really cool, and there will be tons of cherry blossoms to see. And so yeah, that'll be really awesome. I'm also planning on going to Kura Terrace again. Hopefully, I might do that this weekend. I'm not for sure. But going to Kura Terrace again and they have now the sakura gelato and now matcha gelato. Then of course I have to have my shoyu gelato. So I may have all three flavors. I don't know if I should have them all mixed into one cup. So I might have to do, you know, maybe the shoyu and sakura together, and then just have the matcha by itself, because matcha and chocolate are really good together no matter what. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Matcha and chocolate are heaven. But anyway, that's pretty much what's going on here. If there's anything else you'd like to know, or have any suggestions of videos that you'd like to see here in Japan, and just hit me up, let me know. I have an Instagram account. It is should be a link in my about section for my Instagram. I do Twitter a little bit, but I haven't been keeping up with Twitter that much. And I do have a couple other accounts, and I do have Facebook. It's called Tanya Loves Japan. But mostly now it's been Instagram. So you can find me on Instagram. You can shoot me a message on there if you want. But that's just about it. So yeah, please stay Genki. I'm trying to stay Genki myself, and just enjoying my time here in Japan, and you know, trying to reach my goals here in Japan, to be here hopefully forever, which is what I want. My goal is to live here, die here, be reborn here. Those are my goals. That kind of probably sounds really, really stupid. I wish there was a way that I could do something about the wrinkles that I have. I know there's several products out there that you can do. Right now I can only afford Daiso stuff. SK2 is a really good company, and I know when I was using the trial set that I had gotten, my face looks so much better, and the fine lines and wrinkles, you know, they were almost non-existent just for the trial stuff that I had gotten, the trial pack. I would love to be able to just try that for like several months and be able to do that. So yeah. And I know Whisk Trend has many products, and they have like an anti-aging set. But I can't even afford that. You know, my plane ticket back to the US to go to my daughter's graduation was a lot of money, and you know, I had to pay for that to where I can go back in May for that. I'm only going for a couple days, but to see my daughter, for her to graduate, you know, that makes me happy. But anyway, so yeah, that's just it. You know, if I could make money being a YouTuber, that would be really cool. But there's so many YouTube videos out there, and, you know, when you don't have, you know, vlogging equipment and you do it just with your phone like I'm doing right now, or if I can on my laptop computer, it, you know, makes it difficult, especially when you're going out and trying to do stuff. Basically, you need either a DSLR camera, you know, or having a video camera works the best, you know, camcorder to be able to do videos. One that has the little flip screen where you can flip it and be able to see yourself while you're making your video and all that stuff. So if you needed to adjust lighting or something, you can. I don't have a lighting setup and all that stuff. Why have the lighting? I know the lighting setups to have the lights, you know, shining on you and stuff, or have one of those circle ones, and I'm more of a natural person. And okay, so the guy's here, so I'm gonna talk to you guys later. I gotta go make my dragon and rat. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.